Bird banding is putting an aluminum ring around a bird's leg to mark them and identify them as being different from any other bird of that species, because maybe you can look at a blue jay and see that it's the same one you saw last week, but I can't.
You work for a part of the federal government,
Yes.
To a degree. Why does the federal government need this kind of information?
Well, the ecosystem is interdependent on all the species we see. So birds are in trouble. There was a study done around the year 1970. They estimated the number of birds in North America at 10 billion. They did the same study, I think, in 2017, and they found it had declined to 7 billion. So a third of the bird population had declined throughout all of North America. Now that is going to have a huge impact on all kinds of things in our environment, and we're part of the environment. We're not that special. So governments want to know what the changes are, how they can make differences to that change, what they can do to help the various species. And so that's an important thing. It's important for their health, but it's also important for our health too. So the key is to figure out which side they're in on. So you open up and make sure you can see their feathers. See how you grab it like that. When you're learning to do this, you take the feet out first, and then the rest of the bird, because that's the last part that goes in.
Yeah.
But with blue jays, you're better off to take the rest of it out, and then eventually they let go, as this one did. It let go on one of the legs. You always take the biggest one out first, because they can bounce their way out. And so this is a very young mourning dove. He's only been out of the nest, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks maybe. And you can see the scaly pattern here on the wings. Only juveniles have that. And if you take a look at his head, he's all these marks around the side. Again, juveniles only have that. Again, 3 or 4 weeks out of the nest maybe. That would be all, if that.
So how did you get started in banding?
Well, this sounds strange, but I really like hunting, but I don't like killing things. And so I met a guy who was a bander, and I thought, well, this is cool. I can hunt all day and not kill a single thing. And so for me, it just fit in. It was a happenstance meeting, and I was lucky enough. A guy took me on as a sub-permit, as an apprentice, actually, in those days.
So this act doesn't hurt the birds at all?
Nothing. That never hurts the birds. The only dangers to the birds are, say, when they're in the net, the neighborhood cat comes in, or you've got a hawk or an owl, somebody coming in and taking them. But as long as you're going to the net every 20 minutes, every half hour, that kind of stuff, and making sure, generally speaking, that's not a problem.
What would you say to someone who wants to get started banding?
It's not a terribly romantic thing. It's a lot of hard work, and it takes a long time, but the rewards of holding the birds, enjoying being with them, overweighs any of that. It is an incredibly pleasurable experience.